Hi, my name is Jamie Alvord. I'm a USA sprint cyclist, and this is the American Athlete. At this point in my career, I've decided, no, we're all in, so it's full commitment. I'm doing this, so hopefully I can defend my titles. Yeah, always competitive, very diverse through a lot of sports. My parents made sure that I was exposed to everything, but a lot of time was just spent with my dad at the track, so it's kind of sacred ground for father-son time. Great way to wear me out. For me, it's everything. You have to work as hard as you possibly can, because in our sport, you rise to your level of preparation. So if you have good, solid training foundation underneath you, then most likely you should perform well. And competing is always fun, but it's such a short amount of time, you know, you have to really be on top of your game. So there's the time trial events, which are a set distance. You know, you start from standing and go as fast as you possibly can. It's simple, the fastest person is gonna win. There's a team event, which is pretty cool because there's a lot of variables that go into that. It's called the team sprint. So you have 3 individuals, both for men and women. You'll have a starter, so they're obligated to get everybody up to speed as fast as possible, and then they drop off. And then position 2 is obligated to continue accelerating to about the halfway point, and then drop P3 off as fast as he can, so P2 exits the race. And then P3 has been holding on for dear life the whole time, and their goal is just to keep everything together and be as efficient as possible to get the fastest possible time for the whole team. There's match sprinting, so everybody does a qualifying 200-meter time trial, and then they bracket you fastest to slowest. The name of that game is getting your opponent to commit to their peak power before you do, because everybody kind of drops off at about a similar rate. So of course you have the track to help you. You know, the higher you go up on the track, the more kinetic energy or free speed you have. But the goal is to intimidate your opponent to commit to their peak power, get them to go, and then use the track to your advantage and get around for the win. There's not enough indoor 250-meter velodromes in the United States. This Velo Center is the only one that we have available to us. It'd be kind of nice. It's a difficult geographic for the United States and also for investors that would want to have a facility like that, but it's definitely spread out. There's not tracks everywhere, whereas if you go to Europe, there are a lot of tracks and community facilities are surrounded, you know, playgrounds or walking tracks, you know, another 45 minutes. And there's a track. Meanwhile, there's people all over the place on their bikes. So here in the States, it's a little bit different. We drive to most places that we're gonna go to or exercise at, whereas in Europe, they're riding bikes. There used to be contact that was allowed. They have worked to make the sport a safer environment for the athletes and staff, everybody, mentally and physically. But since they've gotten rid of the intentional contact, it's kind of made racing and tactics more pure and safer. There are still crashes because things happen, but for the most part, that's been the biggest one. They used to be like gladiators back in the day, and now they're kind of purists in a certain way, but it's for the better. As a younger athlete, you know, I was more emotionally driven, so I was a little bit of a hothead, which has its own problems associated with it. You spend a lot of time sometimes in that headspace blaming others as opposed to looking internally and evaluating your own shortcomings, or that it's a two-way street. So with that, I would say, you know, be competitive, but don't be combative. You know, embrace your competition. And that's kind of where I'm at in my career now as an older athlete. Kind of looking at it like, you know, I want to do this at the highest possible level for as long as I possibly can. But in the same light, you know, if I can teach something to younger athletes that is also applicable outside of sport about being more grounded and neutral and raise everybody's game. That's my goal.